I'm going to tell you the realities of what it's like to be a full-time trader, and I'm going to tell you things that nobody else will tell you. Like, for example, I'm going to tell you that part of the reason, honestly, a big part of the reason I was able to become a full-time trader was simply because I was trading with a larger account size. And this is something nobody else will tell you. Everyone else is going to tell you can start with $10, you can start with $1,000 in your account, you can grow it to 10, 20, 30K, whatever. But the reality is trading with a much larger account size is actually a lot easier. Okay, it's so much easier. And this is like one of the things that I think a lot of the industry gets wrong is that you can start with small account, it's easier, you can grow it. And it's one of the things I have like a list here. I have like 4 different things I want to share with you guys in this video about the truth of what it's like being a trader. Because I've been trading full time for 3 years now. I've been trading total 7 years. Started when I was, back in high school. And it's gotten to a point now where I've learned so much. I've mentored over 500 students. I've seen the ins and outs of every single person, everyone's journey, my own journey. And there's so many things that the industry is telling you about that is completely backwards, completely wrong. They're selling you a dream. And so I want to talk about kind of what it's actually like being a trader. And I know it's funny because it's literally 6 a.m. in the morning. I just came back from like a 3-week vacation in Greece and Spain. I was in France. I did this whole thing. And now I'm back and I'm getting ready to trade. I'm kidding. But I want to go in depth, talk to you about some of these things. With the first one being, like I said, trading with a larger account size. Okay. And the reality is, if you have a large account size, it is easier to trade. And it's mainly easier to trade for about 2 reasons. Okay, the first one being you simply have more money, so you don't need to make as much, right? If you have 5K in your account, you have maybe 3K in your account, everyone's goal in trading is to become a full-time trader, right? Well, for the most part. Most people want to make a lot more money. They want to spend more time with their family. They want to quit their job, right? Same thing with me. Nothing wrong with that at all. And the reality is, if you only have 3 to 5K in your account, you're very, very far away from that happening, okay? Because you need to have consistent income. You need to have at least 25K, if not a lot more, to be able to bring in 5, 10, 15,000 a month if you want to be successful with trading. And for those of you guys that are sitting home with maybe 1, 2, 3K in your account, you have to understand that it's not going to happen very soon. It is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time to get to that place where you can actually quit your job and become a full-time trader. And the biggest issue with everything that I see is that, you're going on Twitter, you're going on YouTube, you're seeing people drop $1,000 a day in profit. You're seeing $500 a day, $300 a day, right? $2,000 a day. And you have your 2K account, and maybe you're making only $50 on a trade. Maybe you're only making $60 on a trade. That's good. For a 2K account, that's incredible. But $60 is not going to change your life. That's not going to allow you to quit your job, not going to allow you to spend more time with your family, not going to do any of that. So as traders, and especially in the early stages when we want to get to this point of being profitable, we tend to rush the process a lot. We tend to oversize like crazy. And so by having a large account size, again, one of the things nobody else will tell you, if you have 30, 40, 50K in your account, you can only make 0.5%, 1% of the day and be chilling. You can make $400 a day, and that's 100K a year, right? Even if you have 500K in your account, let's just say you had $500 million in your account, right? How easy would it be to make $300 in a day, right? It would not be that hard. If you have $1 million account, it's like 0.3% of your account, maybe less, I don't know. But what I'm saying is it's really not that hard to make a very, very small percentage of your account per day. But because everyone has small accounts and they want to grow it and compound it to 100K to $1 million really fast, it's a huge issue, and it's going to be tough. Now, what I don't want you to take away from this video is that it's impossible to grow a small account. You need a large account to be successful. It's not at all what's happened. In fact, I actually did start with a small account, and I did end up growing it. But I grew it a lot faster when it was above 25, 30, 40, 50K. It simply became a lot easier to trade. It was very less stressful. It was I was just making more money. It was just everything was easier about it. You could take more trades. You have more availability. There's a lot less complications when you're trading with a larger account. But it is key to understand that it will get easier as time goes on. And it's not to say that it's impossible or it's really, really hard to trade with a small account. But it's one of the things I learned, especially growing, especially seeing other students get to, 50K accounts, 100K accounts, multi six-figure accounts. That's one of the things that I notice, okay? And it's one of the things that you're just simply going to have to accept and learn as time goes on, that you're going to be able to get to that account size, but it's going to take some time, okay? Now, the second thing I want to talk about, which is really, really interesting, is actually emotional attachment, all right? Now, a lot of you guys who are watching this are probably emotionally attached to your trades, which is okay in a sense. You really shouldn't be doing it. And one of the things I want to talk to you about and what I learned is that as a trader, as someone who's been doing this 7 years, my emotional attachment to my trades is gone, completely gone. All right, 99%, not 100%. Nothing is ever 100%, but I'll put it 99% is gone. And this is extremely key to understand because that's a huge reason I'm successful as well, right? A lot of you guys are sitting at home, you're up $200 on a trade and you start to freak out. Maybe you're down $500 on your trade, you start to freak out. Maybe you're only down $50 on a trade, you start to freak out, okay? The reality is my emotional attachment to my trades is gone. I will make $1,000 tomorrow, maybe, and it's not going to affect my life. I could lose $3,000 tomorrow. It is not going to affect my life. And that's a very luxury I have. I'm extremely grateful to have that. But it's also part of the reason why I'm successful as a trader. It's because I'm not going to let the next trade affect who I am as a person. I'm not going to let the next trade affect my income. It's not going to affect my daily life. And those of you guys who are in that stages where you only have a few $100s, a few $1,000s to your name, where it does affect your life, that's something that can pay your rent. That's something that can pay for your food. It's going to mess up your trading. You're going to become too emotionally involved. You're going to become too emotionally attached. And you are simply not going to make it if that's your way of thinking. And one of the things that you can take away from this video, especially even this first point, is the understanding that if you can get yourself to emotionally detach and be grateful of what you currently have and not want more money, you are going to become a successful trader a lot faster. And it sounds crazy. I'm getting into like psychology here, like kind of crazy stuff. But this is actually like what it takes to become profitable. Like if you can get your mind straight and simply just become a grateful person, you will actually become a lot more profitable. Because you can sit there and say, it doesn't matter if I make $50 a day. It doesn't matter if I go on Twitter and I see people make thousands. I just made $25, right? It doesn't matter if my account size is $500. I make $30. Who cares? I made money. Profit is profit. I can walk away from that. And it took me a while to get to that point. But after I was at that point, it became so much easier to become profitable. Because now I take like one trade a day, maybe two, on a rare occasion 3. It's typically one trade a day. I'll make $500,000, call it a day. I'll lose $500,000, I'll call it a day. I say, you know what, that's enough. One and done, I'm done for the day. And a lot of you guys can't do that. You can't simply take one trade a day because you're emotionally attached, because you're addicted, and you just want more money. You want to rush the process of becoming a full-time trader. What you need to do is set a standard for yourself to say, I am where I am right now. This is the place I'm in. This is the condition I'm in. I have a job. This is my income. And these things may not change for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. If you can have that actual standard and have that actual thought process and say, no matter what happens with my trading, I am going to have to be stuck in this job for a little bit longer. I am not going to be able to have all the time or freedom I want in my world to spend with my family for a little bit longer. If you can just live with that, you're going to become profitable a lot faster because you're not going to let the next trade affect your ability to live. You're not going to let it affect anything. And then you can emotionally detach from absolutely everything, every part of your trading. And that is going to allow you to become a much successful trader a lot faster. All right, and this kind of ties into my next point as well, which is another harsh reality, which is your account doesn't compound as it should, okay? It's not like you pull up a compound calculator, right? If you see $1,000, maybe you make 1% a day, and after 10 years, it'll be at $5 million. I don't know what it'd be, right? That's not really how trading works, okay? I wish it was, but that's not actually how it works, okay? Otherwise, a lot of people would be billionaires a lot quicker. But the reality is increasing size takes time. It takes a lot of time, and this is something that I think a lot of people get wrong. And just so you guys have some context of understanding of where I come from, like I said, I've been trading 7 years. And the amount of money I'm making now is very good. Don't get me wrong. But there was a point early last year where I tried to scale very, very quickly. Because I had a winning system. Everything was going great. I said, why am I not scaling? I could be making a lot more money with the capital I have. Why don't I scale this quicker? And that's what I did. I started scaling very, very quickly to the point I was risking close to $5,000 per trade. And I'd have some winners that were close in the 5 to 10K range, and I'd lose 5, 6K per trade. And what happened was after a quick losing streak of about 3, 4 trades, I was down like 20K. And that was a lot of money for my account size. And emotionally, I couldn't handle that. I couldn't handle being down 20K at that point in my life and at that point with my account size. Even though now I still could be in a scenario where I lose 15, 20K, it's still not going to affect my life. But emotionally, that is going to affect me. And so what you need to understand and what I think you should take away from this that everyone's path is different, everyone's life is different. You can't simply compound your account to infinity, okay? You can't just do that. Trading doesn't work like that. You need to take it with a grain of salt. You need to scale over time with an emotional balance in your head. Now, one of the concepts I talk about this with a lot of my students as well, is called income relevance. And this is something that I think you should study, or at least have some self-awareness. If you are trading and you want to learn about this, income relevance basically means how much does money mean to you, okay? And as a trader, it's key. Because, for example, I know a few people who are millionaires. I know a few people who are extremely rich. Like, they could buy 6 Lamborghinis tomorrow. It wouldn't affect anything. And for them, if they lose $1,000, $2,000 on a trade, they freak out. That's like, they see $1,000 go down, they're like, whoa, I can't do this, right? And I know some people that have $1,000 in their account, and that maybe that's all they have to their name. Maybe they're still paying their bills that barely getting by, and they'll risk $500 on a trade. They'll risk $1,000 on a trade. It won't even affect them. It's not going to affect them mentally. They don't care. They can lose $1,000. Won't matter, because they just have that confidence. They have whatever it is, right? And so for them, sizing up and scaling is going to be a lot different, right? Because for one of you guys, you have to know exactly how much money you can lose without it affecting you mentally, right? For the millionaire and for the poor person, it's going to be different. It may be lower, maybe higher, it doesn't matter, but it's going to be different. Each person is going to be different, and it's going to increase over time. Like I told you guys, I'm at the point now I can lose $1,000. It's not going to affect my life, not going to affect me emotionally. When I first started, when I was 17, 18 years old, I was broke. I was making $12 an hour, Bed Bath & Beyond. Of course that would affect my life if I lost $1,000 in a day. That was like over a month's worth of salary for me. And so what the point I'm getting at here is for you guys to recognize what is an income, what is an amount you can lose in a day and have it not affect your life, have it not affect you mentally. And if you can do that, you can really understand that, have a real conversation with yourself to understand that and believe what is that number, use that as your risk, and you're set. You'll be okay. You're not going to have any emotional attachment. You'll be okay. You won't need to worry about that. And that's a huge piece that I think a lot of you guys are simply missing. Nobody even looks at that. They simply just say, oh, my account's 10K, I risk 1 to 2%, and I'm good. My account's 5K, I risk 3-4%, and I'm good. No. Look at your income, look at your relevance, look at your perception on money. How much does money actually mean to you? Use that as your risk tolerance. I promise you, you will see a much bigger increase in your actual trading. It's one of the things that nobody else talks about, but something I've learned as I've grown, as I scale my account, as I continue to scale, is looking at the long-term effects, playing this in a 5, 10, 15, 20-year game, not a 1, 2, 3-year game. That is going to get you to the next level. That's going to make you a profitable trader a lot quicker and get you to a point of simply just making a lot more money. And with that being said, a lot of trading is actually boring. This is the third point I have and what I want to talk about. Trading is very, very boring. Even when I first became profitable for about a year, I got to a point where I was actually depressed because trading, like I said, is one of the only jobs in the world where you are not providing value to anyone else. Literally, the only job I can really think of where you are not doing anything for anyone else. Even if you're in a pencil factory and you're making pencils for someone, you are helping somebody write something. You are making a pencil. You're helping that business. You are providing value to someone. With trading, I'm simply taking money from the machine, from the markets, from something that doesn't even exist, right? It's like a video game. And I take it out of their pocket, put it in mine. And that is simply it. And that is very, very tough to navigate if that is all you do for your living, okay? Because you're not fulfilled. You're not doing anything. There's no fulfillment from that. It's like I wake up, I trade for an hour a day, and then what do I do? There's nothing else to do. And the reality is it gets really boring. Because like I said, when you get to a point where emotional detachment is gone and you're not emotionally tied to the money, that's when it really gets boring. And that's how it should be, right? That's how it should be. I'm not saying trading shouldn't be boring. It shouldn't be that thrilling, exciting moment you get in your chest when you're up $500 in a trade, you're down $300, it's getting close to your stop loss. Like, I've been through those emotions. I still get those sometimes, and I understand it. But trading is very boring, and you have to understand that you have to be okay with that if you want to do this as a full-time trader. And it's good to have other hobbies. It's good to have other sources of income as well, something that actually makes you feel fulfilled. Because if you can do that, then you're going to have a nice balance of being able to feel fulfilled, making a good income with trading, not having to worry about anything else. And that is essentially going to get you to a point where you can make a lot more money, still be fulfilled, not be bored, and make a bunch of money, which is like kind of what I already said. So that's the third point. And honestly, this next point I'm going to talk about is really, really key. And it's confidence in having a system or conviction in a system. And this is by far number one, right? You can have a winning system. But if you don't have conviction in it, it won't matter, right? It's the same thing I talk about kind of like a blackjack example or the casino example, right? If you all were, let's say you were the blackjack dealer and you own the casino and you're just the dealer and you get everything else that the people in front of you lose, right? I don't think a lot of you guys would actually be upset about that job if you were the owner of a casino, right? Because you're not going to lose money over time, right? Maybe one day, maybe a few hours, maybe 3 days, I don't know. But blackjack has proven to work. It has an edge, right? It has an edge. Over time, you will make money if you are the opposite side of the blackjack table. You're taking in all that money. So you're not going to have an issue with just letting people play blackjack. It's kind of like having that conviction. Like you have confidence in the game. And same thing with your trading. You need to have confidence in your trading system, your trading strategy, right? If you don't have confidence in your actual trading system, in your strategy, in your actual conviction, then it's already not going to make money. It's already going to lose. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what kind of system you have. It doesn't matter how great it is. If you don't have conviction in it, you're not going to follow it, which means you're not going to make money because you're just gambling at that point, right? Kind of like if you're playing blackjack and you're the casino owner and you decide that, hey, we're just going to start hitting on 18 and start hitting on 19. It's like, no, you stay on 18, you stay on 19. That's how the game's played. That's your edge. But if you don't have conviction in that, you lose that. You start to change it, you start to lose it, and then you start to lose money. And that by its own is like one of the huge reasons why I became successful, because like I spent over a year backtesting my edge. I spent over a year figuring out what my actual edge is, creating it, developing it, backtesting, switching, iterating, doing everything I could to make sure it actually works. I have all the data to back it up. And even after that, it took me a few live trades to actually get it to work. It took me about a month or two to actually get the real conviction. But having all that data, having all that system actually made it work for me to have that conviction, especially when I started trading live with it and I started making money with it. That's when it became really clear, very easy for me to say, hey, this thing works. If I continue to do this thing, I will make money, right? And and that at the end of the day is the game. That at the end of the day is how you make money as a trader. Is you simply do one thing that works and you copy it, which leads me to my last and final point, which is the formula for getting rich has stayed exactly the same for years. In any business, in any market, in trading, in anything, in life, the business of getting rich and the formula, secret formula no one wants to tell you, is always the same. And that formula is simply copy what already works. That's it. That's it. You don't need to have, there's no holy grail. There's no like fancy indicator that's going to change your life. You simply find a system that works and you copy it. And that's it. Okay. And the way the system works and the way the strategy and the way like you find one and get one is simply like, I think about like a machine, right? It's kind of like a formula. Like let's say you have a conveyor belt, you have a machine, okay? And you put something in on one side, something else comes out the other side. Every trading, every machine, business, whatever it is for success needs to be this, where you put $1 in, more than $1 comes out. That's it. That's trading in a whole, right? I know for me, I know exactly, I can give you my win rates, my data, 63.8% win rate, 1.42 average risk reward. I know if I put $100 in over time, 63% of those trades at a 1.42 average risk reward, I don't know the math, but more than $100 will come out. And that's the same thing with a blackjack casino, right? If $1 million comes in of people who want to play blackjack, more than $1 million is going to come out of that machine. And that machine is simply just being the casino. And that machine should be your trading strategy. If you put money in, more money comes out, you make money. If the machine is not working, right, where you put money in, less money comes out, then the machine is broken. And the thing with trading where it can get kind of complicated is you can have a machine where you put X in and Y comes out, more money comes out, but your emotions are tied and there's psychology. And so sometimes you're putting it in, not maybe it's the right machine, right? Maybe it's a machine that works where you put $1 in, $2 comes out, but you're messing with the machine while it's going through it, right? That's your emotions, that's your psychology. And that's where it gets a little tricky with trading, is that sometimes you can have that winning system. So I talked about conviction is key, but if you're still messing with the machine, it's not going to work. When you find that machine where you put $1 in, you get $2 out, you let it do its thing and you don't touch it. You don't learn anything new as well. That's key. I get a lot of people who come to me. They'll sometimes ask to even join my mentorship. They'll want to work with me, and they're already profitable. They come to me and say, hey, I've been making like $3K a month from trading, and yeah, I'm interested in learning more doing this. And I say, that's crazy. If you're already making $3K a month from trading, why do you even want to learn anything else? You have a machine that works where when you put money in, more money comes out. You've already beat the game of trading. You don't need anything else from me. You shouldn't be wanting to learn more. It's one of the things where you're like, yes, as a human and trading, whatever, you always want to learn more, always want to innovate, whatever. I don't really believe that for trading, to be honest. I think when you have something that works, you just keep doing it. You keep repeating it. You don't want to learn more because then you're going to get distracted. You're going to get FOMO. You're going to want to trade other things. No, don't do that. Simply find something that works, trade it, get in, get out, and that's all you got to do. And that's why I've been successful. For you guys who don't know, I've been trading the same strategy for the past 3 years. Full-time trader, I've been trading the same exact strategy. I have not changed my strategy at all. I haven't touched it. I haven't looked at it. I just trade the same thing because it works. Why would I want to learn anything else? Why would I learn ICT? Why would I learn a new crazy moving average? Like, no. None of that matters to me. I have a system that works. Money comes in, more money comes out, and that's it. If you have a system where more money comes in and less money comes out, you need to change the system. The system, like I said, could be working or it could be your mind. You need to figure out which one it is, and when you do figure it out, then you can make money. And how do you do that? How do you figure that out? You simply copy what's already working. You don't need to make your own machine. You can if you want to. That's what I did. It took me 1.5 years. But you simply need to find a machine that's already working and just copy it to a T. And that's the name of the game. That's how you get rich. That's how you make money. That's how everyone in life always makes money. They simply copy what is already working. And that's the reality of trading. You simply need to find a system that works. You trade it, you copy it, you systemize it, or you can make your own. You can definitely make your own, but you need to go through the data and actually figure it out. You need to figure out your win rates. You need to figure out your risk rewards. Nobody does this, right? You need to copy it to a T. For example, if you see somebody else who trades opening range breakouts, right? Let's say they trade a 5-minute opening range breakout on SPY or whatever, or options or QQQ. It doesn't matter, right? You don't know their exact system. You don't know where their stop loss is going to be. You don't know why they got in. Do they wait for a 5-minute close? Is there other indications they're looking at? Are they waiting for maybe a 15-minute breakout? Are they looking at how the VIX is reacting to the market? Are they looking at other stocks? Are they looking at options flow? They have things in their system they use to make money. You need to know exactly what it is if you want to copy it and use it. Or, like I said, create your own. You start with a 5-minute breakout. See if it works, right? Have specific conditions for your entries, exits, stop loss, targets, all of it. See if it works, and then go from there. Backtest it over 100 trades. Does it make money? What's the average win rate? What's the average risk reward? If it's above 50%, above 1-to-1, you have a winning system. Congratulations. Just trade that and don't do anything else. And you will see a lot of income come into your bank account a lot quicker, okay? And that's pretty much it. I know this was a rant. Like I said, it's crazy. It's already 6 in the morning. I just got back from a flight. But I hope this was interesting to you guys. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, if you are interested in learning my system, you want to copy my stuff, I don't give out alerts, but if you want to learn my system and learn how to trade like I do, I'll go ahead, leave a link in the description for you. It's like a free training video. You can check it out. And then after it, you can book a call with my team if you want. But with that being said, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know if you want more of this style as well. I know it's kind of new, a lot different than what I typically do. Yeah, I was feeling a little bit generous. Wanted to make this video for you guys and hope you'd enjoy. So leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Check out the free training. I'll see you guys in the next video.